Hey guys, so today's DIY is going to be on this awesome little Perler hair clip that I was so happy to make to start showing off my geeky side. And of course spring is here, so everybody's going to want to accessorize their hair as they show it off because you're not going to be wearing a hood over it or anything. So I wanted to start mine off with this awesome, Perler that of course is a companion cube for Portal 2. So I hope you guys enjoy watching this DIY, and let's go ahead and go straight to it. For this DIY, you're going to need perler beads, a square pegboard, tweezers, which are optional, a hair barrette. You'll also need parchment paper, as well as a hot glue gun with glue stick. And as always, when you're melting perlers, you're going to need an iron. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to clear off our workspace, and I'm going to start making my lovely companion cube. Now I just used your basic colors of white, gray, and a pinky color. Now because when I separate my perler beads, I do separate them in groups of color, I did have to go digging through my bag of white, black, gray, and clear to pull out all the colors. But if you buy the colors individually, you do get a packet of 1,000 perlers per package. I just enjoyed separating them because it was cheaper that way, even though it was very time consuming. So I went ahead and I created the outline of my little companion cube, and I did all of my outline work before I went through and put my pink in the middle. So you can kind of see where the heart is going to start shaping up, and obviously because it is a companion cube on a small scale, it's not going to be too glamorous looking of a heart. If you want to make it on a bigger scale, I'm sure you can go check it out on DeviantArt, and I will link a description below to the DeviantArt website because they have tons of perler creations if you need any ideas. So here's an up close of how it looked in case you want to copy it and to make your own. So now that I have my companion cube looking the way I want it to look, I'm going to take my parchment paper and I'm going to start melting it down. Now before I started making my creation, I did plug in my iron and turn it on the cotton setting because you want to make sure that it is nice and warm before you get started on melting your perler beads. And I like to melt mine in a rotation, and I use a sweeping motion for my curling iron for my iron. Now I do wait for the one side to cool down before I flip it over to do the other side, because you definitely don't want it to be too hot and you don't want to peel that parchment paper off too soon. So once I flip it over, I do the same motions as I did on the other side. So now that that's all cooled down, it is now ready for you to go ahead and hot glue your lovely little barrette onto the back. Now obviously you want to pick the prettier side to be the one facing out, and the side that's not as pretty to be the one on the back. Now once I put my barrette on the back of it, and this was the smallest barrette that I had, I did notice the barrette was a little too big for my companion cube design. So I then decided to go ahead and grab a different kind of hair clip, and I have these small alligator clips, and I decided to use that instead of the barrette because it was smaller, it concealed better, and it wouldn't be poking out on each side like the small barrette would. And you can see there how it fits better. So in the process of ironing down my perler beads, I had my hot glue gun plugged in so that it got nice and warm. And you just take a glob of hot glue, you just squeeze that onto the back of your companion cube, and then you place the barrette right in that spot. And then I'm going to go ahead and show you an up close of how it looks. And when I did show this up close, because that glue was still warm, my barrette did shift, but as long as the glue's still warm, you can move it. And here's an up close of how my companion cube looks. So I hope you guys enjoyed that DIY. Make sure to make your own and send me pictures. Also, I'm now on Instagram, so make sure to follow me on Instagram and tag me in any pictures that you put up of your own little Perler companion cube hair clip. Also, make sure to like me on Facebook so you can see future DIY pictures before I put up the videos. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can see all of my geeky DIYs and my previous DIYs. Also, make sure to check out my Etsy shop because you never know. One day, this might end up on there. So I hope you guys enjoy and have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys later. Bye.